Take your canvas bags when you go to the supermarket. Why use plastic bags when you know the world can't take it?
I couldn't have put it any better myself than the Australian activist Tim Minchin, who's calling upon us to leave our plastic bags at home and take our canvas bags to the supermarket. Why is it so important to hear Tim and to talk about this subject? Because today is the 3rd of July. It's been designated International Plastic Bag Free Day. And here to talk about why that is such an important subject, I'm joined by Diane Beaumenay-Joannet. Diane, you are a marine litter officer with Surfrider. That's a European NGO that's campaigning, among other things, for an end to single-use bags. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you to inviting us.
Now, just tell us, Diane, basically, why are plastic bags a problem?
Because plastic bag is single use by nature, so it's a problem because it takes like few minutes to be created. Like you use it like around 20 minutes, but it takes like 1 to 4 centuries to degrade in the environment. So it got a real impact on the whole environment and specifically on the marine environment, because it's going to be to kill like marine mammal and marine birds. And it also
because they get wrapped up in the plastic
exactly.
and then they can't fly out the water or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. And it also like degraded in small particles of plastics that is also digested by all the marine environments. And there has also an impact, a potential impact on human health, because the fish eat the plastic, and we eat the fish.
Yuck.
Yeah.
And so it can actually have some health consequences. Have there been incidences of people getting ill over eating contaminated fish?
I mean, there is studies that is trying to prove that there is an impact or not because of the plastic pollution, but the plastic diffuse like contamination and organic polluant and absorb it and diffuse it, so it get an impact. So we are trying to discover which impact exactly it has on the human health, but its potential impact, it's worried.
Right, it is worrying indeed. What's the quantity? How many roughly? How many millions or billions? I don't know. Of plastic bags are out there, at least within Europe. Do we have any figures?
8 billions of plastic bag.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
like every year, and each European citizens use like on average 198 plastic bags per year. So we can imagine the impact on the marine environment.
Okay. Now, the European Union is sensitive to this issue, isn't it? Because I think since 2015, it's required member states to take measures to discourage people from using single-use plastic bags. Tell us about some of the initiatives that have been undertaken to really encourage people to not use plastic bags.
Yeah. First, according to the directive, the member state had indeed until November 2016 to take concrete measures to reduce the use of plastic bags. But we want to people make more and ban it really. And there is a lot of examples like Italy or France that did that. And we published today a report calling Enough Excuses exactly to prove and to demonstrate that there is solutions to ban plastic bag and to report the legislation, where the country are released on that the legislation and which are the alternatives. For example, in Italy, the ban is since 2011, and it has a real impact on the marine environment. And there is also a developing of all the tote bag market like this, so you can custom it.
Okay, so these are for people who can't see us. These are canvas bags, basically, so you can use them again and again and again.
Exactly, and
what is it? Recycled cotton, perhaps?
Should make bio and recycle.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean,
organic cotton.
Everybody can create his own bag, so it's like a path of art to create and personalize all the bag. And there is also this initiative to call like boomerang bag. You can borrow a bag from your supermarket and you can bring it back after that. So there is positive citizen alternatives to promote these reusable bags.
Yeah, it's just a question of thinking about it, isn't it? Before you go out the house. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm guilty of this. Sometimes I go out with the canvas bag, and sometimes I completely forget. Find myself in the supermarket, just decide to do some last minute shopping.
Yeah.
And oh man, what do you do now? You just end up basically you buy a plastic bag.
Or you bag a reusable bag again.
Yeah, yes.
But it's true, you have
end
to
up
think
with 10
it before you
reusable
go
bags
out.
at home. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a change of habits.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole culture that we have to change, get
Yeah.
people used to doing this. Now, France is quite exemplary, isn't it, in the field, because it was the first country in Europe to ban the use of single-use plastic bags. That was in July 2016, so about a year ago. Wonderful news, and yet only yesterday I went into a supermarket, a big supermarket, and was offered a plastic bag because it's the sales, I was told. So something's not working. And even they had brown paper bags for buying fruit and vegetables, but in the front of it, there's like a little plastic window so that you can see what's inside. It looks like already no longer, as soon as the announcement's made, the ban, and then afterwards, plastic bags are creeping back in through the back door. What's gone wrong?
Yeah, I would say like enough excuses. It's not an excuse. Sales is not an excuse to give again and again single-use plastic bags. But France wasn't the first. Italy was the first country to ban it.
That was French propaganda at the time. That
Yeah,
we were
but
handing
because
out.
the French government launched the international coalition to ban plastic bags, so they wanted to really develop this action. But the problem when you see shops, because the legislation is applied to every shop. You can word it to denounce this action, and we can act you can work to ban the bag at surfrider.eu, and we can trying to.
So you're basically denouncing that supermarket,
because
for example.
The problem is the legislation exists, but there is no enough control on it, and you have also to make more raising awareness actions, and that's what we do. For example, yesterday we went to a market in Paris and trying to raise awareness among the citizens, but also the sailors, to trying to change their habit and prove that it's simple to take a reusable bag with you to make your shopping. And for example, for the paper bag, it's really not a good alternative because it can confuse all the citizens. You don't know where to put it, recycle or not recycle, because there is a piece of plastic inside that is maybe not recyclable. And paper bag is not the solution because it also needs a lot of resources like water to create it. So the best is always the reusable ones, because you use it again and again and again, and you pay it just one.
Yes. Okay. Which is the sort of the good pupil then within Europe? Which is the country that's made the most progress in this field?
Well, Italy and France, because they really take legislation to ban it. The other country took, for example, a voluntary engagement to reduce it, for example, between the state and the shop. And there is some of them who didn't do anything yet because they are talking about taking measure instead of really taking measures.
Yeah, so
that's the problem.
It's always the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
We come back to the same problem again and again. We've got to end it now. It was lovely talking to you, Diane Beaumenay-Joannet. Best of luck with your action, and a reminder that you're from Surfrider Europe,
exactly,
which is in favour of banning single-use plastic bags. Thanks very much for talking to us from everyone here at Paris Live PM. Bye for now.
Thank you.